looking at now pictures live from Logan Airport. An Emirates airplane has been detained, as you can see, and we have Boston EMS on site. We also have Liam Martin on the phone. He is at Logan Airport with more information about exactly what is happening with the Boston EMS team there. Liam?
Well, JC, what we've been able to learn is that this is Emirates Flight 237 from Dubai. It landed here at Logan around 2:30 this afternoon, and the passengers on board that flight have been kept on board for, well, a little bit more than an hour now. We have spoken with a few of the family members of those passengers, and they say that many of those passengers were in the Middle East. They were not in West Africa during their trip. They were on pilgrimage to Mecca, in fact, in Saudi Arabia. They were not in West Africa. They do have Boston EMS and Massport Fire that have boarded the plane, as you can see from the aerial footage that we have, to treat what we were hearing are 5 passengers who had flu-like symptoms. And the family members, again, of those sick passengers, we talked directly with them, and they are communicating with their family members through cell phones on the plane, say that they were not in West Africa. They were in Mecca for pilgrimage and are on their way back. So, you know, at this point, it appears that this is kind of part of the general state of overabundance of caution that Anita Berry was just talking about with the Public Health Commission, that they've gone on board just to make sure that everything is contained and that they're being as safe as possible with these passengers flying from overseas who are exhibiting some of these symptoms.
Liam, talking with those family members, do you get any sense of concern on their part since they are in direct communication with these passengers who are exhibiting these symptoms?
Well, the sister of one of the passengers is a physician herself, and I guess she was texting back and forth with that passenger about what the symptoms might have been, and she seems very confident that this would not be Ebola-related. Again, they were not in West Africa. They were in Saudi Arabia. Of course, the pilgrimage to Mecca every year is enormous. There might very well have been people from West Africa who came up to Mecca for the pilgrimage, but the chances, of course, that if you didn't go to West Africa at all, of contracting Ebola are pretty slim.
Did they give you any indication of how much longer they think they're going to be detained on board? As you've mentioned, the plane has been on the ground for more than an hour. We've looked at Boston EMS. There have been 3 ambulances there, probably on scene now for 40-plus minutes. Any idea of how much longer you think this is going to go on while they're assessed?
Well, that is the cause for anxiety with the family members here, is they're wondering why it's taking so long. Again, they feel confident. None of their family members has been to West Africa. But the plane landed at 2:30. So for them, they've been sitting here waiting for quite some time. But they seem, like I said, they don't seem terribly anxious about the possibility of Ebola. They just want to see their family members again.
Well, of course, they've been on a 13-hour flight, and I'm sure they've been waiting with bated breath to greet their loved ones on board. One last question, Liam. Do you know, are all the passengers detained, or have they released all but the 5?
None of the passengers that I know of has come off the flight.
Okay.
We are right at where they would be coming out.
Okay.
And there are dozens, if not hundreds, of people waiting for those family members in Terminal E, the international terminal here at Logan. So I don't believe any of the passengers has been allowed to leave. They certainly have the 5 who are sick detained.
Sure.
But the rest of the passengers remain on the flight as well.
All right, Liam, wonderful. Glad to have you on scene there. We know we'll be hearing more from you coming up at 5 o'clock. Again, that's that breaking news story, watching EMS teams suiting up to go on board 5 sick individuals, flu-like symptoms on board an Emirates plane that landed from Dubai more than an hour ago. Liam Martin will have more coming up, as I mentioned, at 5 p.m. Kelly Tuthill at the Boston Public Health Commission news conference as well about the situation here in Boston.